Doig!
Hi there.
And good any morning.
How's it all going?
It's another one of them any mornings.
Another one?
Another one of them.
I wonder what one we're on.
They keep coming. They don't stop.
Relentless.
I'm okay. I'm a little tired, but other than that, I'm fine. I'm dandy. How are you?
I wished I'd woken up sooner, to be honest.
Would you like me to have woken you up sooner?
No, like I'm not saying that. I'm waking up thinking I should have woke up sooner.
Oh. What can we do?
I think, like you, I should change my alarm tone to something that I'm not familiar with. See if that helps.
Yeah. I'm tired of that YouTube track.
Yeah. Hey guys.
That's weird. I'm trying to adjust my animation, but it doesn't seem to be working. I can't tell what's wrong with it. Maybe it'll wake up a bit, maybe it's also sleepy. And it'll feel better once I've been using the program for a little bit or something.
Maybe.
Hello, Justin! Hello, Black November! Good morning! And how was your Monday? How was yesterday for everyone? Good day? How's it going? I'm listening to the same thing that Mike's listening to today. So
Yeah.
we're both on Space Wave.
It's
We're
pretty
on the
good,
same
that.
Space Wave. Yeah, I like it. It's nice.
It's pretty driving. That heartbeat percussion.
Yeah, I like that. I like things with a bit of a beat behind them. I feel
Yeah.
like it makes me work a bit faster.
I was watching sugar, I can't remember her name. Yana Sharma. I watched how she was painting and she's really methodical.
Yana Sherma.
Yeah.
Who is she?
She's a concept artist. German, like she's done some really cool stuff. I can't really name it off the top of my head. I've just seen her do like really nice like portraits of people.
Okay.
And she's really efficient with how she lays everything in. And I'm not, and I want to be more like that. So I'm going to try and do portraits that emulate how I saw how she did it.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Good idea. How is she being efficient about it?
She was just getting to the crux of it really fast. Like
what do you do that she doesn't do?
I lay in a lot of kind of first texture stuff just to get like a spontaneity in there, but she usually has like a flat base. I think she uses line art sometimes as well. It's hard to describe all in one go, like because it's not like she has a set way she does it.
Right.
But I noticed like she had like the main key light on the face and things really early, and she usually works on one layer so she can move stuff around and rejig it if she's working from light and stuff like that. We'll see. I can only watch the video and I only skimmed parts of it, so it just stuck with me of like she really gets the work down fast.
Yeah.
Hey out there.
Hey, good morning. Ooh, Justin worked on an environmental drawing for their portfolio on the day. That's cool. I hope it's going well. I'm assuming you didn't manage to finish it on Monday because environmental drawings must take a really long time to do. And also I'm glad that Monday was okay for Black November as well. Oh look, I saw the stuff you sent me just before the stream, and I think that the character drawings that you've been doing are looking much more consistent and better facial wise with the style that you're going for. So, doing super good work. How's it going? How are the root drawings?
What's the root?
Root is one of all the
character's name is Root. I see. I was thinking of it as if the character Root was something like a term rather than a name.
No. Root's a character.
Cool.
She wants to do for the next story she's kind of working up.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, you sent me some more. Sorry, I haven't seen them yet. But I'll have a look. I'll have a look after the stream and give you some feedback. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? After Tuesday.
How come you get really old Englishy when you go old man?
That wasn't the old English.
No, but I get, well...
How dare you?
Okay. I like the huff that you get in your voice though when you do that. Oh, I can't do it, but I like it.
You can. You just did it. That was it. That's all there is to it. Pretty good, thanks. I'm a little tired, but other than that, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're okay.
I'm okay. I'll look sleepy too. How are you doing, Jonathan? What time is it where you are? 3 AM.
Jeez.
Woo woo. Woo-wee.
It was 3 AM 4 hours ago for us.
It was. Be sure to get yourself some of that good sleep. Recharge your brain.
You need it
Hope
to
it's been a good week so far.
make good decisions.
That's true. You also need it to make bad decisions. You kind of need it either way. It's a good thing to take care of. Oh, and normally I use the brush tool. This is my first time using the pencil tool. Because I discovered that with pencil tool you can adjust the line weighting afterwards, and it's way easier to adjust the lines. Because when you use the paintbrush tool, which is the one on the left, when you try to adjust the lines, you can only adjust really one side of it, which I guess is good for when you're adjusting the thickness of stuff, but it's not very useful when you're actually trying to adjust the curve or something itself. Whereas with pencil line, you can adjust the entire line rather than just one side of it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And also, like I said, you can totally adjust the thickness of it afterwards. So I'm trying the pencil tool for the first time. Which reminds me I'm actually using the wrong pencil tool. But you know what? That's okay, because I can just highlight this and then turn it into the charcoal version. Advantages! And make sure that I'm using that from now on.
You just changed the line from one brush to another there.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Listen, I just started to clean up and I've been using the brush. Oh boy, I feel sad. I'm sorry. You can always use a pencil tool next time. How's this, Haddock? We're gonna call them this morning because they told us that we would probably know yesterday whether we got one of them or not, and they didn't call us. So we're gonna call them just after the stream.
Yeah.
And and ask them whether they made a decision yet. So that's happening, and then hopefully we're going to hear about the other house tomorrow. I mean, I hope they'll tell us today, but I bet it won't. So it'll probably be tomorrow that we'll hear about the other house.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Jonathan, if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask me about them.
Boy howdy, Roxanne.
Boy howdy. Extending exposure, sure thing. So when you want to add a blank keyframe, all you need to do is just go into the placement timeline where you want the keyframe to be and draw something, and it'll automatically add a blank frame for you. There you see. It's appeared. If you want to extend the exposure, just click where you'd like to extend it to and hit F5, and it'll extend the exposure out for you. If you want to take a frame that you already have and maybe either build on top of it or adjust it slightly, if you hold, this is slightly more complicated, Alt, Shift and D, then it will separate that into two separate drawings for you. So now if I adjust this, you'll see it's only adjusted on that frame. So there you are, and then you can highlight and delete, or you can click and you can drag it to move it around. You can copy it and paste it. Be aware that if you copy and paste it, it doesn't necessarily become a new frame. It's the same frame, just pasted elsewhere, which means that if I adjust this, that one will also be adjusted. So be careful of that, because there's lots of times where you copy a frame over from somewhere to somewhere else, and then you adjust that particular drawing, and go back and find that your other drawing has been adjusted too. And they're like, oh crap, I forgot to make this into a new thing. So always Alt-Shift-D on it to make sure it's a new thing. So if you adjust it later, you're not changing your earlier work. Hey Patrick!
You seem knowledgeable.
Good morning / evening? Well, it will be super early morning for you, right? How's it going? Are you working super late? Sorry, Mike, what were you?
I just said, hey dude. Hey Patrick.
One day, Patrick, I'll draw something and it won't be cute. It'll be like super badass and everyone will be like, whoa! What happened?
That's when you hit your edgy phase.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, all my animations are emotionally driven now.
They were always emotionally driven. Just emotionally driven by happiness. Rainbows and unicorns.
Leprechauns
and fae and banshees and other such Irish mythology.
Oh, thank you, Patrick.
Oh, thanks so much. That's awesome. Thank you very much for getting in contact for us. I appreciate it a lot. Still nervous, but I was working on it yesterday, trying to refine and simplify things down. And I'll do some more in it today as well. But how's it going for you? How's everything at work? Morning, Sips! Alright, night-night, Patrick. Thanks very much for the update.
Thank you.
Sleep well.
Night-o.
This arm is going to have to move down if that bit wants to. If the forearm wants to move down, I'm going to have to move the upper arm down also, or the arm is going to just shorten, which won't be good. Get a tiny arm.
Patrick says, busy but good as it usually is. Sleep well when you guys do.
Sure thing. We're good. We just woke up, so we're okay. Night night.
Night night is.
Dream of endless Dan happy dance.
Happy dun dun dun, happy dun 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 dun.
Hey Roxanne, it's going good, thank you. How's it going for you? Good morning to everybody who's up today. Jonathan says, hey Doig, did you start the painting without line art?
I did.
You crazy fool.
I am.
That's Mike's usual way, because he's a colour wizard. And he thinks in blocks. Like a Tetris head.
I'm like a
think in
Tetris.
blocks?
I do blocks of colour, yeah.
Yeah. It's good, it's a good joke.
Yeah, I like it. I'm trying not to be insulted by it. I think it's okay. I think I'm safe.
You blockhead! I'm not being insulting, I'm just saying that you start by blocking out your images.
Yeah, I'm mostly doing these studies as like colour, trying to figure out how to get better skin tone in different lighting scenarios. But I am also like looking at the proportions and stuff. I noticed something that Yana does is like she gets all the features in, but then she sort of, it's like she gets a base head in almost to get like the rough building blocks down for herself, and then she shifts them around to make them more specific to whoever she's drawing.
Well, that's interesting.
I don't think she does it deliberately. I think it's just she's like measuring and checking herself. So she's working quickly to establish like the head tilt and the way the features would align, but then she just continually nudges everything. That's the reason she works on one layer, is so she can do that without being caught up in layer management.
You see, now I feel like when I did that, you were like, she drew more than one layer. I can't believe you paid everything on one layer, but it's so much easier that way. Because then you can just grab things and move them. You're like, I want this eye up there. And you can just grab it and then paint over it again. And it's fine.
I don't know what you mean about me being like, arr, 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 arr. Like, I'm usually like that if it's like comics or colouring something. Or something, or something I need to work on after you.
To be fair, I'm not very good at painting faces, so probably seeing someone who's not very good at painting do it, and then seeing someone who's very good at painting do it. Two very different things. So much easier to move things around.
Yeah, I'm working from reference as well, so I'm not doing this blind.
So what reference are you working from?
Remember the site Oh Hi I told you about?
Yeah.
I'm just using like one of the street like photography thing there.
Do you want to put it up on your screen for a sec, just so people can see what picture it is that you are using?
This.
So Ola says that she likes line art, but if she's starting a painting, she starts with colours. So that's pretty cool.
So you can see that I'm not totally nailing it. I think I've actually put too much of a head tilt on her. I'm going to pull this back and do that.
Ooh. Hardik says, Doig, you need to play Violet Evergarden original soundtrack on the stream for once. It's beautiful!
I will, once I've watched the show.
It is a gorgeous soundtrack. Roxanne made some grilled cheese. It's important to know.
Okay.
We
cool.
have some cheesy bread that we bought from Tesco.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, I had some toasted for breakfast. It was good. Chewy, melty, cheesy bread.
Chewy, melty, cheesy bread. Good word combination.
And Tim says Doig needs to play the Sound Voltrex original soundtrack. Oh ho 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 ho! Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know what Sound Voltex is, so I'm not sure. But it sounds like Tim knows something we don't.
of sound voltex OSD.
And Jonathan says, that's really impressive. He said it's coming together really nicely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he always thinks in blocks, which is super cool. It's a super different way of working as well.
I mean, I could start with the line art base. I just don't for this one.
It makes you think in a really different way. I think starting with the line art or starting with colour. Because I remember doing the duck animation where I just blocked everything in with colours.
Yeah.
And it was a really different way to working. Like, it had its advantages and disadvantages, you know, but it meant I had to kind of think with a different mindset.
Yeah. I think if you don't have an underlying drawing, things can get a bit muddled and loose. But aside from that, it's fun. It feels more sculpture-y, like you're refining something back from a clay base or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It does feel more kind of sculptural, doesn't it? Definitely feels like you're thinking with a 3D mindset. I was going to say form first, but you should be thinking form first when you're drawing as well with line art.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely something more sculptural about it. I think probably you just hit the nail on the head and described it perfectly. Like, I'm trying to find another word for something that like is the word you used. That's already illustrative and fine.
I did it.
You did it.
Tip says, India, you know what Sound Voltex is. It's the arcade rhythm game that looks like it came straight out of a mech control room.
Oh, I've only ever seen a picture of it, so I definitely like the look of it. I want to see some videos of that being played. I want to play it, goddammit. Research trip to Tokyo?
That'd be cool.
Can't spend the entire budget on that and then have nothing left over to actually pay ourselves for the work.
If what Mia said about the flats over there, we could probably like spend flights and then accommodation would be cheaper.
I know, but I think living in Japan would be really hard. Like, just imagine trying to like negotiate paying rent and bills when everything is in Japanese.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that that isn't like an awesome pipe dream for the future. Apparently, renting an apartment in Japan is surprisingly cheap, and so.
Or buying one is way cheaper.
That's true. So who wants to move to Japan? I want to move to Japan. I think that it would be hard to live there though, constantly.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. Like, it definitely, the internet makes it easier for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot. Feels a lot closer now than it would have in the past.
Oddly, you could always sleep. That's a good solution. You can play a PT simulator version of it. I might do that then, because that's good research.
Yeah, getting a feel for it.
It's the same thing, but using the keyboard to have control. Oh, Ollie, you're too embarrassed. Me and Mike had a go and completely embarrassed ourselves, but it was really fun. We had a go at the one which is like a piano, and one which is like a washing machine where you hit the ring around the edges and swipe across the screen.
You're so bad. You were way
really
better
bad.
than I was so bad at it.
There was a dude right next to us too, who obviously had like been coming and playing this game every day after work or something for a really long time, and he was so good. And we were just like trying to get like these really slow notes coming towards us, because to us they were fast.
Yeah.
But compared to the guy next to us, who was like moving at a bazillion hand motions a second, and we were like just struggling to get the one note that was floating towards us. It was really fun though. Good time.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I could see that if I was living in Japan and I had just a 9-to-5 job where I got paid like a regular salary, I would no doubt go to the arcades every single day after work and just spend like, I don't know, 1,000 yen or something. Which is only like €7. But spend some time, spend 40 minutes or something in the arcades.
Apparently we played Mai Mai.
Oh, awesome! Mai. Don't worry, Olive. It doesn't matter if you're garbage at something as long as you're enjoying it.
India found Sonic on the soundtrack options.
Yes. They had Sonic Adventure, so I was like, well, you know that it's going to be Escape to a City for the next 10 minutes, right? It was awesome. I loved it. Loved it so much.
You did, it was fun.
But yeah, I'm really bad. When Patrick came over with his girlfriend Kay, Kay's really, really good at Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
And
whoa.
We went to Token, and she was like, "Do you want to play Dance Dance Revolution with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And oh my gosh, that game's so hard when it's not on like easy peasy toddler setting.
Yeah.
And she was so good, and she was like nailing all of it, and I was just like, I am so lost. I don't know where to put my feet. And like, I just can't think that fast.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot about practicing the stages and muscle memory, as well as just getting to grips with the game itself.
Yeah, I think there's probably patterns that you recognize, and then you can like, you know how to move in order to achieve those. But if you're like trying to invent that at the same time as like learning the song,
trying to learn how to play as you're trying to actually play it.
Yeah.
It was tough. I think the last time I played Dance Dance Revolution, it must have been at an arcade, but the last time I properly remember was at one of the parties that I went to as a teenager, and someone had like a dance mat.
Oh, okay.
And it was super hard to get onto because everyone wanted to have a go. But that's the last time I remember playing something like that. I was awful, and Kay was awesome. Yeah, tips. I bet if you practiced it, you'd have that down. Because if you can see the patterns, then it's just about getting that muscle memory going. So you know that when you see that combination together, you do this movement. Aw, Otla, go have a snoozle. Don't worry, we'll still be here. You can talk to us on Discord anytime.
Yeah, I think it was a Sega arcade. It was in the Akihabara.
It was, because we got there and I was like, Sega!
Yeah.
And you took a picture of me looking really happy in front of the big Sega sign.
Take a video, I think.
Yeah, Tibbs, that's a really good point. She's saying that you're right about reading patterns.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Like, I think it's the same with all the kind of rhythm games there. It's like we're just still learning our letters. Everybody else is like reading novels. Seeing if I can find the picture. I think I've got some of it up on Drive.
Oh, I love Japan so much. Honestly, like one of the coolest places I've been.
Yeah.
Really amazing. What's your favourite place that you've been to, Mike?
My favourite place?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Japan. Like going through everything is. But there's not one specific place in Japan. It's just kind of like the whole.
I really liked
experience of it.
Canada. Like, I think if I could choose to live somewhere that we've been, it would be Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a place that we went to in Canada the last time, or somewhere different?
I bet all the places in Canada feel very different to one another, so I couldn't really say. I know that I really liked Ottawa, and I know that I really liked Montreal.
Yeah. Which one did you prefer between Ottawa and Montreal?
That's really difficult. I think I preferred Ottawa because it felt very open and chilled, which was nice. But I think Montreal has more of an art scene.
Well, maybe. But like, considering we were in the Ottawa for the animation festival, there was a fair few like people there.
Yeah. I've heard Vancouver is very nice as well.
I think that's over on.
It's on the other side.
Yeah, further west.
A long, long way away because Canada is massive, but. Tips that will serve you well though in upcoming projects. So I'm super glad that you played so many rhythm games. I'm gonna need that expertise.
I'm gonna flip it.
You gonna flip it?
Yeah.
So guys, what's the plan for today? Break free of your shackles! I'm sorry. What's your plans for today?
Mine?
Anyone's, also yours.
I'm gonna be doing more coda coloring. I think.
I'm gonna grab you at some point to do some Starlight Brigade colour scripts.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Not like proper refined ones, just like some rough ideas.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool, 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 cool. Kill. I'm just gonna practice more lip sync. That's a good plan! Ah! I want to get better, faster!
Got too many animations you're working on.
Yeah, not enough time to practice, too much time having to actually do the thing that I feel unprepared to do. Oh, good luck finishing the water tips. I bet it's going to be quite fantastic.
What's up?
Nothing, I was just thinking about stuff. I will talk to you about it after the stream.
Okay.
Just because it's a lot of presupposition. Presupposition, is that a thing?
Presupposition.
It depends upon a lot of presupposing.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I think so.
Sure, why not? My stupid neck is in the wrong stupid place. Who did that?
I think I've really, really messed this portrait up.
How come?
I don't know, I was trying to figure it out.
Looks okay to me. Maybe you need to be bolder.
Yeah.
Like, get the important stuff in first, instead of noodling. Thing is, I can't see what you're drawing from, so I don't know if you're actually animating. Or if you have already just got the important stuff in.
I'm not noodling. I'm not particularly noodling. But yeah, I think I need to be bolder, like you said. Broader strokes and stuff.
Like it says, I've seen some people use liquefy tools with just painting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've also seen that. I think it's pretty awesome. I've seen people use the smudge tool as well, which is pretty cool.
I don't even know how to access the liquefy tool.
I don't know either actually. I've never used it. I do sometimes use a smudge tool, which I find useful.
Those are some innocent childlike eyes there, Doig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Doig, filter, liquefy.
I like the thought that Doig is a menu. Go to Doig, filter, then liquefy.
I don't see it. Oh, it's here.
You failed it!
No. Wait, whoa.
Turn it into liquid!
What is this? I've never seen this before in my life.
I can almost imagine her having a single tear. This world are beautiful.
It's like this has specifically been created to alter people's faces. What?
I wonder why they call it liquefy. That's not what I would. If someone was like, what does liquefy do? And I had to guess,
What the?
I'd be like,
fuck?
makes things into liquid.
Have you seen this?
I'm seeing it on your screen.
What the shit, dude?
You've given Doig a new tool for his belt. I think you're going to be using this quite a lot.
What the actual fuck?
Hardik, you always just, the improvements to our quality of life, just amazing. You okay, Mike?
No.
Mike's dying.
What the? It's just because it's so specific to like warping a face. But the thing that's blowing my fucking mind is the fact that it's registering what I've painted as a face immediately.
Yes.
Like, it knows where the corner of the mouths are, it knows the extent of the lips.
See, you didn't do such a bad job. You can recognise it as a face. Is there something like that for animation, Hardik?
Hardik, help me. You're my only hope.
Help me, Hardik, you're my only hope.
Seriously, what the fuck?
No! It just did the wrong one. It's the problem with the pencil tool, it's so fiddly. Just erase the end there. Would have been an easier way to do it all along.
Hardik's like, this update is surprising me too. I never recognized faces and stuff before.
Hardik, you totally just rolled with it and been like, yeah, I know.
It's like a default to the face tool. Like, it's got all these sliders as well, like forehead, up and down. Oh my god.
It's your character generator, Mike. build your Skyrim character now.
What the fuck? Brush reconstruction options, mask options, mode mesh options.
He's gone now. We've lost him, stream. He's become absorbed within the liquefy tool.
Are you looking at the before and after?
No, I'm looking at Hardick's comment. In the ES, there's a key on your keyboard called delete. You press Ctrl A and then hit the magic key. Instant animation. No. Maybe that's what I should do though, honestly. You get to that point in your animation, you're like, I should just destroy this.
So I managed to like normalize all the features, which is probably good in a way.
No, normalizing is never good.
I tried to do it to the reference though, like there's all my features all over the place. Oh, they're kind of better. I don't know. Let's hit okay.
The delegate key, let someone else animate it for you. That's awesome. It makes so much sense now. You press the delegate key and then you press the home key and just chill for the rest of the day in your house.
I'm seriously freaked out.
Yes, press the end key to end it all. Just explode into flames. I did my part! I know, wouldn't that be amazing if you just press home and be like, Phew! And it auto defaulted to putting you in bed as well. Just press it and you're immediately under a duvet.
Oh, no, I want
Yeah.
that.
Although we can literally just walk next door and lie in bed.
That's too much effort.
It's too far. The 20 feet I have to walk is too far.
Man, this liquefy tool has just freaked me out. It's like a face rig for 2D. When did computers get so smart?
Computers get so smart. I like the way that you can like increase the sexual content and gore of your animation too by pressing the PG up button.
Needs more parental guardians in your scenes.
Yeah. Just increase the age rating of this animation, press the PG up button. Oh, too kid unfriendly, gotta press the PG down button. Get the perfect balance.
I'm going back in.
You're diving back in.
Diving back into the
Actual
liquefy.
painting.
No, back into the liquefy tool.
No more painting will be done on this stream now. It's just liquefy all the way.
Yeah.
Why do I need to paint it when I can just liquefy everything?
Look. It's beautiful. What else does it do?
Whoa, Hardix had dreams where they could control themselves and stuff around them using a floating glowing keyboard. That's so cool! I want that dream. Damn. That's so cool. I don't think I've ever really had a dream where I've been enough in control. Like, where I've known it's a dream and been able to just control stuff. I've heard of that.
You can make them smile.
You've discovered the secret of that iPhone application.
Yeah.
Just paste a smiley smile over the top of your mouth. A smiley smile. Adjectives.
So I wonder if there's like a other tool.
I want to go into a computer when you're not around. And I want to take every single picture of you. And I want to take it into Photoshop and use the liquefy tool. and just make it slightly off and slightly weird, and then save them all.
Okay.
So that next time that you look through your pictures, you're just like, is that what I look like? Is something feels weird? That's weird. And then you check another picture, it's the same, and you're like, what? I don't remember it being like this.
Would you save over the originals?
Yeah. 100%. I just like put your eyes a bit too close together or something.
That would be so mean.
And then watch you slowly go insane.
That's like reconstructing someone's past.
Yeah. Erase over all your memories.
And like playing with their self.
Self-image.
Yeah, that's it.
If it's going erase you from every picture.
I've never used a Liquify tool before. What is this?
Yeah, it's the same. I haven't really. I did used to have flying dreams, to be fair, but I've never had those dreams where you can control yourself. They sound so cool. I'd really like to experience one of those. Master Gaslighter. Oh man. I would pull so many pranks if I wasn't like super conscious of time wasting. I'm like, oh, I could torture this person psychologically, but I should probably do work.
Is that the only thing holding you back?
One of them. Yeah. Also, a small thing called morals. But like I said, that's a very small thing.
You could torture someone psychologically, but that would just be wasting your time and your talents.
I could be working.
You're scary.
You should be thankful I have art. Where do you think all this energy would go if it wasn't into art?
Destruction. And he's gonna be a master gaslighter. This is like, it's like when people talk about flying dreams and I'm like, what the heck? The closest I get is falling.
Have you had flying dreams before, Mike?
Yeah.
There you are. Have you had dreams where you could control what you were doing?
Every so often, but not for a while now. Maybe because I don't feel in control of my actual life. My dreams are like, go.
Sometimes worry that's my fault. I try to force you to take control of your life in a very controlling way.
Yeah.
Is forcing someone to take control of their life actually giving them control, or taking more control away?
I think pressuring them to do anything is not giving them control.
What if they wouldn't do it if you didn't pressure them? Yes, people, I'm a horrible person. Did you not know this?
We all think she's saying morals, but really there's a small bird that talks to India called Moral.
You know about her. I call her my little moral. My moral eel.
Moral eel?
Yeah.
Oh, like moray eel.
Yeah. Except it tells me what to do and what not to do. Except it's just a moray eel, so it just looks at me and opens its mouth and looks creepy. And I'm like, yes, eel, yes.
I understand. Time is not right. Not yet right, eel. My stomach is playing weird noises. The soundtrack.
We could just have the soundtrack to the stream be your, like, digestive noises.
No. No.
Wouldn't that be nice?
See previous answer.
Sometimes it makes amazing musical noises though. Sometimes it's like, oh.
No.
I'm like, was that you?
Not today, it's not. Today it's being weird.
Freedom can't be forced on someone. They have to have the freedom to choose freedom. Doig, I hope India one day lets you choose freedom instead of forcing freedom upon you. What if someone with the choice of freedom never chooses freedom?
That's a good question.
What are you supposed to do? Just let them always be a slave because they chose it. Help me, Tibbs. You become my moral compass. You are Morel now. You have to tell me the answers. It's their choice to never choose freedom. Slavery as a choice is not slavery by definition. It's servitude.
Did you add its servitude?
No, that's Tibbs.
Ah, okay.
Which is a good and true point.
Yeah.
If you had the freedom to choose anything, and you chose freedom, would you be a cake? The leap in logic. I wouldn't mind being a cake.
You wouldn't mind being a cake?
Hmm.
I would mind being a cake.
I'd eat you. You wouldn't survive on this vast savannah plain of cakes and Indias.
Here's a story all about how I got eaten as a cake. Wow.
Top of the food chain, India. Bottom of the food chain, cake. The only reason I'd be okay being a cake is because if I were a cake, there'd be no Indians to hunt me.
Because they would be cakes too.
Mm-hmm. Morning, Claire!
Yeah, I think I just have higher levels of servitude in my
I have higher levels of servitude.
in my psyche than you do.
I ain't gonna serve no one. Unless it's in the strictly hip street way of you've been served.
Yeah.
And then it would only be a soft serve, like the ice cream. Or a gentle basketball score. I don't know. I'm sorry. The metaphor got away from me.
Yeah, it's not following me.
It's gone. It ran into the trees and I'll never see it again. But yeah, okay, Mike. I will let you choose if you want freedom or not. I want freedom so bad that I can't stand to see someone else not choosing to be free. But that's just something I have to deal with.
This is being so abstract for the
Because
viewers.
me choosing freedom for them doesn't solve anything. Because they still haven't made a choice. So
Yeah.
they're still not free. We all learned something here today, I feel.
I don't feel like we did.
I think I did. I think I learned I need to let go. If the lion runs, do you not chase him? No, you don't. You let him run.
If the lion what? Are you even on? No.
I was that lion.
You gotta be a gazelle.
Are you a lion, Mike, or are you a gazelle?
I'm a crocodile.
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
And thus you learn to choose freedom.
Give them the answer they don't expect.
Let the lion run, Doig. Tips. I feel like we're all much wiser now.
If India and Mike were both cake, would India still eat Mike?
That's tough. I don't know how I'd feel if I were a cake. Would I be a cannibal cake? It's a question you're really asking.
You would probably still eat cake if you were a cake.
I don't know. I don't know if my taste would change if I were a cake.
Well, you don't like eating meat, so maybe you would stop like eating cake.
Yeah, maybe I would only eat meat.
If you were a cake.
I would like only eat like human or animal flesh.
Are you saying if in some sort of experimental condition where you're turned into a cake, you would just start going on like a meat-induced rampage?
Because cake would then be my flesh. So that would be like cannibalism. So I probably wouldn't want to eat cake.
If you were a crocodile and you shed tears, would they be crocodile tears or crocodile tears?
Crocodile tears, I think.
Well, I think the question there, you know what crocodile tears are, right?
Yeah.
No, like you know the expression of crocodile tears, right?
Sadness.
And India's poem, Crocodile Tears by India. Sadness. The end. Beat.
I do. I know what crocodile tears are.
Prove it.
Trying to think of a creative way to prove that I know what crocodile tears are.
Give the definition.
Okay. Let's say a crocodile.
No.
Let's say a crocodile really wanted a piece of cake. That the monkey had.
There's a monkey.
And in order to try and make the monkey give him the cake, he faked crying. They would be crocodile tears.
Okay. They would be crocodile tears either way because you used a crocodile in your example.
See, I know.
Hey Katie, you guys up to anything exciting today? Yes, we're defining freedom and slavery and crocodile tears.
It's been an important learning curve for me. I feel like I've grown as a person.
Also, I learned that Liquify tool now paints spaces for you.
We'll just be doing all the work as usual. Trying to make progress, hoping it's going to be a good, exciting day. You know, I'm hoping I can push past my boundaries today and do better storytelling and, you know, all that good stuff. I'm going to try hard to make good stuff today. How about you? Guys, crocodiles can't cry. Therefore, crocodile tears are an impossibility.
You can only have crocodile tears because they have to be fake tears.
Oh, they're fake tears. You know what can have tears?
What?
The cake.
Oh. You know what?
What?
Hardy was saying the painted face is just so good it recognizes it as a real face. I want to test this. Oh god, no! Don't do the pupils yet. Okay, I want to test this. So let's save.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna put my face in?
No.
You're gonna put a crocodile face in.
No. Let's see.
You're gonna draw a smiley face.
I'm gonna do something really.
You're gonna put Jiffy's face.
Okay, it's Jiffy now. I just want to see how much it recognizes.
Homer Simpson, says Katie. Mickey Mouse Homer Simpson hybrid, says Katie. That is That's scary. Is that meant to be Jipu? Why does it have a weirdly human body? Why is it like you've drawn a human and then slapped Jipu's face on the human?
Because it wasn't starting out as Jipu, and you said Jipu halfway through. There you
The
go.
stream's on a delay. That's so scary. If I send you my animation, could you just like liquefy it? You could probably use it really well for animation though. Like if you were animating something like Sancho was.
Maybe she does use it.
Maybe she does, yeah.
Maybe not, but
I know she does animate in Photoshop.
yeah.
And I know she uses lots of transforms and such.
Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. It did. It recognized just this as a face.
Clever. So you guys, tell me what you guys are up to today. Like, I'm really interested in what you guys are gonna be working on and doing. It looks so good, but that makes it very spooky. Oh no, Claire, you didn't get a seat on today's train. That sucks.
Aww.
Oh man.
Harry's seen on Twitter that there's some tool which adds dialogue and moving faces and expressions to your static paintings with faces in them. Oh.
Ugh.
I feel like I need to bring this.
I see, Katie's doing deadlines. I'm still trying to get better at time management. Why does the world have to be so interesting and distractible? Katie, I may have a tool for you. Are you tired of getting distracted by sites such as Twitter or Facebook? Do you spend every day wishing that you could work harder or faster? Do you go to bed at night thinking, man, I feel like I could have been more productive today? Well, boy, oh boy, do I have a solution for you. New to the market, which tab's it on? This one? No. Bear with me.
Too many tabs to
This
find
one?
a tool.
No.
It limits you tabbing.
That's Sonic the comic. This one. No. This one. No, that's the classic one. Yes. I can't bring up the other ones because they have projects on them I can't show. I can't. Can I read the tabs from here?
India, no one can see that screen.
Which screen?
The one you're looking at
No.
with all your internet on.
No, it's the other screen. Lost for solution.
What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to find it.
I'm just gonna keep painting this way. Are you actually going back in time? Are you simulating you going back?
Michael, quick, distract the chat.
From what?
Tell them something interesting.
Oh, okay. faces are difficult to face against in an art sense because they're fictional embodiments of the abstract representation of ourselves. Emotions can be hidden and displayed in equal measure by the careful fluctuation of facial muscles, and it takes more muscles to laugh than it does to die. Wasn't there a link in the Discord? Just find it there. Can you not like just search? Search.
I have searched. There's too many people posting things and being too productive. Aha!
Aha!
Well, have I got a solution for you? New to the market, very reliable looking the work counter. Counts when you're working. Keep working. Counts when you're not working. Back to work. Silently judges. It floats in the corner of your screen. You tell it what programs you use for work productivity. Whenever you're using those programs, it turns a pleasing shade of blue and time to. If you alt-tab over to something that is not one of those programs like Chrome or Spotify or 3D Pinball, or if you zone out and don't move the mouse for too long, it turns red and stops a timer until you resume proper grown-up behaviour.
Have you used it yet?
No. But I plan to. So that's cool. I'm sorry it took me so long to find that. I thought I had it open on one of my tabs, so I must have closed it. And then I had to go back to the Discord to try and find it. And I just posted it without saying anything about it.
Oh.
So I had to remember what people responded to it
with.
Search that and then scroll up for ages. Holly says, oh yeah, this program made me feel like shit. What's it called then? That's a good question. That's a good question. One sec. I will copy this into the chat for you. It's
Why are
called
you quoting me everywhere?
Meals Kick. Meal Kick. Meal CIC. For come in. Cecilia.
Tibbs is quoting me like everywhere now. It takes more muscles to laugh than it does to die. Doig 2018.
Wait a second, what's she quoting?
Me.
Or did I miss something?
You must have.
What did you say?
I said it takes more muscles to laugh than it does to die.
I don't even know what that means. What are you saying, Mike?
It's a pretty literal statement.
I mean, are you saying you should die because it would be easier than laughing?
No. It was a play on the thing that it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile or something.
Oh, okay, I see. I'm sorry, Katie, that it took me so long. But I hope that's helpful. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I will download it today. I like it. It looks super simple.
Yeah, if you can put it like in the programs that you usually use and give it all the work ones.
Mm-hmm. And luckily, all the times I'm importing Mike's photos into Photoshop and then moving the eyes slightly closer together, it will also think I'm working because I'm using Photoshop. I win!
You tricked. Don't do that.
What?
You
Don't
alter
win.
all my photographs.
Oh,
Don't.
okay. I won't. Wink.
If you did that, I would go through all your teacups and put like fissure cracks in all of them. So your tea leaks whenever you get a cup of tea.
They already all have fissure cracks in them.
Yeah, okay, fair.
And they're the teacups I usually use too. You do.
I would stop drinking tea.
I know, and the sad thing is that you could probably actually do that. Whereas I'm too far gone.
You were born into.
I was born in it. I get it all in it.
Oh dear. This has been an interesting voyage in self-discovery this morning.
I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. And today I feel like I discovered myself for the first time and well and truly planted a flag in that sucker.
I've messed up this jawline, but I'm enjoying whatever it is you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. That looks amazing, Mike. Nice face.
No, I've messed up this jaw. I need to bring...
Have you? It looks so good. Ah! Good luck switching the trains. Let's
Chezzies!
jump in between them.
Hello.
Hello, Chezzies. I like your face. Oh no, Hardick. I used to think I worked for 3 hours, but this program showed me the truth. I only worked for 40 minutes and the rest was spent on Twitter. Suddenly all the animators were like, it takes so long, they're so slow. Or like, oh. I'm doing good, thanks, Tiny. But yeah, how's everyone else as well? And how are you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Joey.
Morale always does have a hard job. Oh, morale. That's okay. I'm trying to be a better person. A better person.
She has an eyelid. She now looks like a real person now.
A real boy.
Oh boy.
Hello. You did a dual stream with your brother today. That's awesome. What did you guys end up drawing or doing or playing? That's interesting, Shiny. Because, I mean, you know from a practical standpoint that that's not true, right? That everything you've worked on will still be there at the same stage it was, even if you don't work on it. Like, the work you've done previously isn't going to go away. So, it's definitely not on the verge of collapsing. It sounds like maybe you're just anxious about it, which is a hard thing to deal with.
Yeah.
But it's important to separate the reality from that, so that you realise that even though it may feel like everything is on the verge of collapsing, things are actually doing okay. Well, don't worry, Sunny. Those battle components are things that you can find and add. There's no time limit on when you have to do that. You know, you can take your time figuring that stuff out, and it'll be worth it. It'll be worth the time that you put into it. It's tough though. There's not really a way to fix anxiety. It's just a thing. But know that we are here for you.
Yeah, if we have experience of it or can help with advice, we'll try and offer it. I get anxious too.
Mike's been super anxious the past couple of weeks because of Splat business.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Brazilian hugs for Steiny. Hugs might not cure anxiety, but you get them anyway. Well, I mean, you say doing nothing, but you've been developing stories and working on your art skills in that 2 years, so it definitely hasn't been 2 years of nothing. That's been time where you've been thinking of stories and constructing these amazing scenes in your head and working things out. Bonjour, dear! Good morning.
Bonjour.
2 years is it's not a massive amount of time in the grand scheme of things.
No.
I was listening to Danny Avidan yesterday speaking about his music career and how he was with a band for 7 years that didn't end up going anywhere, and how heartbreaking it was when that all came to an end, and he felt like that time had just, like he'd just been wasting it. I mean, obviously he learned a lot of stuff when he was there.
Yeah.
So it absolutely wasn't wasted.
But you have that feeling,
of having invested into something and then that just being it when it's over.
What did he do to recover from that?
He kept going. He moved on to the next thing. He tried to find someone else who could help him. I think he started doing comedy as well on the side, which was something that I felt like he didn't have any pressure attached to it, because it wasn't his music career. It wasn't, this has to work, this has to be, like, I have to be able to make money off this, this has to be the thing that I do because I love it more than anything. It was a way for him to blow off steam.
Yeah.
And it was through doing that and blowing off steam and just pursuing something that he enjoyed for the sake of enjoying it, that he realised he could combine music and comedy together.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, in terms of what he did after that, he made another small band with just one person.
You were saying that it's because he felt there was a better kind of back and forth there, where it's just one person to manage, so they're able to do more and more quickly.
Yeah. With the 7-person band where there were 6 other members, I think it just felt like every decision was a massive debate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I suppose the thing is that I want to tell a good story, and it'd be quite disappointing if that wasn't the case. I don't know, I'm tired. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I really want Girl in the Gym to be a good story, but, you know, after putting the first volume out, I can see all the problems with it. But I'm still glad that I put it out, even if it wasn't the perfect thing that I wanted it to be. The point is that even though it's not perfect, it's a start and it's something I can build on. And through doing it, I can see what I can try and do better next time. And hopefully that means that every single time it's going to get better and better.
Yeah.
I could never put out something perfect first time. And I'm not even sure it's good. But I do know now the things that I want to improve on. You know? Gives you a starting point.
Finished and done. There's a power in it that, like, the most perfectly conceived thing that's not made doesn't hold up to.
Yeah. Mia gives some good advice. I think all you've got to keep in mind is that you're not going to get it right in this project, most definitely, but if you do something you love, people will love it too. And Claire agrees. If it's something that you love, others will enjoy it too, and it'll be obvious in the work that it's something that you love. Yeah. The important thing is that you enjoy making it and you are making something that you're passionate about. And people will get on board with that passion, even if it's not perfect. And you can keep driving it more towards what you want it to be. It's tough though. I know that it's tough, but it is all worth it, Stanley. You just gotta believe me. It's 100% worth you pursuing your passion. Because you're the only person who can make it. There's no one else in the world that will make the thing that you want to make the way that you want to make it. There's no one else in the world who's had the same idea with the same characters told the same way. And there never ever will be, because there is only ever going to be one Steiny. There's been hundreds of millions of people who have been born and died, and there will be hopefully hundreds of millions more, and there will only ever be one of you. The only person who can tell this story is you. So it doesn't matter if it's not the perfect thing. What matters is that it's yours. And that's like the very fact that you are someone who would make something and would take the risk and be brave enough to put yourself out there, like, is super freaking cool and valuable. I spend a lot of time thinking about how much better the world would be if every single person who had an idea for a movie or a comic actually made it. How much more stuff there would be. How much many more amazing things I could have discovered. How many more pieces would connect with people and make a difference. I think if you've got something important to say, believe in yourself.
Feels like you're talking to me as well.
Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to myself and everyone. There's only one of us, and there will never be another one, and there's never been one before. So do what you love and take pride in yourself.
You've gotta believe.
Hardwick's doggo has to get a haircut and get naked.
Wow.
Good old Max. See you, Hardwick. Thanks for joining in.
See you on it. Keeping it real.
Yeah, go for it, Steiny. Claire's problem is she's got too many ideas. That's a good problem to have. Just get as many of them out as you can. I'll let you type a little bit, Steiny, and then I'll read it all back in a big block. Because it feels like it might be a couple of comments long.
Yeah.
I think it's probably better to read it all together.
I think that's a better jawline.
It's good to me.
I'm gonna flip it again soon.
See, Claire. Have a great day at work.
See you, Claire.
Thank you. You too have a lovely day.
Okay, where am I going off? Where am I? Feel like the nose needs to be bigger and then you know what, I should have done this.
Okay, fine, let me see. I'll read back over and have a look. Okay. I was talking to my brother after the stream. I asked for advice. He has a lot of good advice, very blunt. He told me to be careful not to get too psychological with the story. I'm writing for people, not psychologists. And I agree, first off, I really do. So it's just made me go back and start to look over how I've been approaching my story. Helpful, but at the same time got me a tad on edge. I've just been off as of late, so I feel unstable in general. So, yeah, I feel like there's two people in my head, one trying to look for any issues, the other convinced there is an issue, and that is going to bring the end of times or some crap. I don't know. I think I've been stuck here too long. I can't wait to do stuff this summer. Yeah, I think getting criticism is always good. It's always a little bit painful as well. No matter who is giving it or how nice they are. We always do get defensive a little bit, even if we don't show it, over our stories or our work, because there's a lot of ourselves in it.
Yeah.
And artists in particular tend to attach themselves to the work in a way where if the work is rejected, it's kind of like a rejection of them, even though it's obviously not how it's meant. I think there's definitely value in criticism like that, especially if you agree with it. The important thing, I think, is to remember that primarily a story is something that you're writing kind of for yourself in a way. And if you feel like getting psychological with it, you should be able to get psychological with it. Because there's a lot of different people in the world, and your story is never going to appeal to everyone.
Yeah.
There's always going to be someone who doesn't get it or doesn't like it. But a story is you putting your voice out across the water and saying, is there anyone else out there? Does anyone feel this way? Does anyone feel the same way I do? And waiting for a reply from someone who gets it, who feels the same. And if you're not authentic to yourself, if you write what you think people want instead of what's honest to you, then when those responses come back, they're not going to mean anything to you because they're not going to be responding to you. It's important to be honest about when you call out across the world. The people who respond are responding to you, and you know that you're not alone, and you know that you've made a connection with people, and you know that you can write from a place which is truly yourself and truly feels real. And those few people will connect with it, and they'll get it. So if you feel like you want to dig deep and be psychological with it, and that's true to you, and that connects with you, then do it, because there will be someone who needs to hear that. Chris Oatley once said that some people can only hear your voice, and I believe that's what he meant. You can have several different people all saying the same thing, but the particular way that you say something is going to connect with some people and not others, and that means that for some people things aren't going to click until they see it in the way that you present it, until they hear it coming from your mouth, because you know how they feel and you guys would have a connection. And there will be someone out there who needs your story and who needs to hear it in the way that you're going to put it. So feel free to be honest with yourself and write the way that feels right to you. If you feel that criticism is fine and valid, then it's always good to take note of it. But be sure to try and please yourself first of all, rather than other people who may push your story in a direction that you feel like is making it more appealing to the mass audience, but less true to yourself. I suppose that's the piece of advice I would give.
It's really nice. It's really nice indeed.
I think that's part of the beauty of stories, though, is that everyone who writes will write differently. If everyone wrote and equally appealed to everyone else, there would be no favourites, there would be no ultimate thing that connects with you particularly the most.
Yeah, I think also a way that a story is told, it could be psychologically driven, but through the abstraction and the way it's told, it's there and it's present, but it's not delivered in a way that's
Heavy-handed?
Yeah, like you can tell a story about fear and stuff without having to use scientific terms or anything. But yeah, it's all potential. What I'd be interested in is where he felt it was like criticism like that is broad. So I don't know whether it's worth going into the specifics or whether it's worth acknowledging and being mindful of, but still continuing on the path that you were. Oh, it's hard.
Yeah. I think it's important to know where your characters are at psychologically behind the scenes, even if you don't say it in the actual story itself. So knowing that stuff I think is really good, Steiny. Yeah, it's overwhelming. Everything is so overwhelming all the time. We just gotta keep doing our best and believing that we have something worthwhile.
Here's the thing about stories. You can write 100 pages about a character and you can figure out the nuances and everything driving that character, and that character can appear in one scene and say one line, but that one line is driven by everything that makes that character tick. And it's not a throwaway line, and it's not a dispensable character like that. In that one moment in that story, that character needs to say that one thing, and it needs to come from somewhere real. But the audience only ever see that one line. That's all the information that you give the audience. So as deep as that character goes, the story that is delivered to an audience is only the tip of the iceberg. I go back again to I was listening to Patrick Rothfuss giving it was like a pre-banter thing at PAX recently, and he was talking about people asking him questions about his books, and sometimes if they ask a question that he's deliberately not answered in the book, he won't answer it outside of the book, because everything he wanted you to know about that character, he put into the book, and he deliberately left things out. So one of the examples I gave is someone asking, how old is Quote now? Like at the because the book is told as if he's telling his life story, and people ask, how old is he now? And he's like, if I wanted you to know how old Quoth was, how difficult would you think it would be for me to write that into the book? And that got me like, that made me smile and made me think, like, stories are both about what you tell the audience and about what you hide from the audience. To get them thinking, to get them questioning. Like, a good story sets up these questions, and good world building sets up this world that feels believable, that feels like there's more to it than you're seeing.
I often think that those are the stories that we can grasp onto the most. The ones where they leave us wondering about things after we've finished. You know? That's one of the reasons why I like Undertale so much. Is it feels like there's more to dig into there under the surface. That like it's just slightly out of reach that I don't know about. And I can't figure it out. But it keeps me thinking about it. And it makes the world feel like it operates beyond the constraints of the narrative. Like the stuff going on beyond just a story that was told.
Yeah. The example you gave was, or when he was talking about this, I'm just riffing on what Patrick Rothfuss said. Welcome to Mike Talks About What Patrick Rothfuss said. Was that in some stories it feels like if you turned right instead of left where the plot was going, you would hit cardboard and facades and be like, oh, okay. Whereas if you turned right instead of left in his books, it feels like you would go down a dark alley and get mugged.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that a lot of the time people think that in order to have a world like that, you have to put more information in. Like, in order to have a world that feels really real, where you feel like there's different things that could happen depending on which way you go, you have to like put a lot of detail in and know what all that stuff is. But in actual fact, I think a lot of the time, the deepness of the world depends on like a lack of information, which is interesting. Like, it almost makes it more convincing.
I think you just have to give them the right ingredients, and they make the cake themselves. Yeah,
an example I would give is Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. When you've written 17 pages of stuff, it can be really hard to go off script when your party suddenly decides they're not going to leave the tavern. Instead, they're going to just talk to the innkeeper for hours and then like do something completely off the adventure. Whereas if you have one page of rough notes, it's much easier to fly by the seat of your pants. A lot of really good DMs recommend not having over one page for an entire session.
Mm-hmm.
Just of rough notes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's almost like the less information they put in, the more freedom they have to adapt to what the player does.
Yeah.
So if you put too much information in, you find that you trap yourself.
Creatively.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You find it hard to be reactive.
D&D organic storytelling is a different beast though, from say writing a novel.
It's
similar,
it's different, but there are parallels.
Yeah, it's another head to the Hydra, so to speak. Okay, I feel like I need to like move this mouse.
I'm just checking back over the chat.
Yeah.
So if I go quiet for a second, just because I'm rereading everything to check that I haven't missed anything.
Let me do that too. Also, congrats, Dibs. She said that she found the best way for her to be productive in the morning involves us.
Hey!
Said last night, no watching the stream until I'm already up and at my computer. And now I'm working.
That's awesome! Yeah! The key is just to be in the seat. Yeah, Katie, distractions are an issue that we all face. It's so difficult to stay focused. What I actually plan to do today is I'm doing a little bit of story work and trying to work stuff out. So I think what I'm going to do is actually end up just going and sitting in a coffee shop for the morning. And like that's one way that I completely remove myself from like Twitter, other distractions. I put myself where there's nothing to do but write in the one notebook I brought with me, you know?
Yeah.
It's like limiting your freedom for the greater good.
Are you saying that you choose servitude when you're working on your story?
Yeah. Story is king. And I am a humble servant.
Yeah, we can chat, Slimy. Sorry, we've not been around the voice chat like recently. It's just been a bit crazy. I think it's cool that you did a dual stream with your brother though, because you were saying you wanted to do more dual streams.
I like what Katie says about getting up each day facing a wall and that being something to be proud of. Some days you come back to it and you can see over the top, others it feels 3 feet thick. Like, that's a great observation, for sure. Like, definitely some days you feel like that wall is something that you can brush past, and other days it's just like impenetrable.
I definitely woke up this morning feeling a lot worse than I do now. Like, just sort of slow, groggy, and a little bit disappointed in myself. Like, I meant to get up earlier, and it's hard to like wake up feeling disappointed and push through that. I feel like I have. I feel like I've like worked on this, had fun on the stream, and it's really helped. So thanks,
Yeah.
Lydia.
The streams help us. And we haven't played Ico, but I would be interested in playing it, for sure. I think I started playing it a while back but never finished.
Do you have it on Steam?
I don't.
Okay.
I only had it on the PlayStation 3.
Okay.
But yeah, Stanley, we should like arrange a call sometime soon. Just to like talk about stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm up for that, if you're up for that. Yeah, and creativity does bloom in limitations, it's true.
Okay, the song I'm listening to, I think he just said the year I built up walls.
But have you guys looked at Canny? It's supposedly a 2D animating software where you can just draw 2 keyframes on top or auto-generate the in-betweens. Sounds dangerous to me. How do you work with offsetting limbs and stuff? Blah 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 blah. Like such a purist. You could auto-generate a head tone with just 2 keyframes. I can see how that would be super useful. Yeah, I'm sorry that we're always so busy. It's been crazy lately. I said to myself that I wouldn't take on as much work, and I've gone and done it again. I'm really happy with the work that I've got on. It's all really inspiring. Like, honestly, I suffer from anxiety just as much as the rest of you guys. I have real problems with replying to emails and replying to chats because I get super anxious about it. I worry that I'm wasting time I should be spending working, and that I don't deserve for people to contact me in the first place. And then when I haven't replied to them, I get really embarrassed about the fact I haven't replied. I feel, again, sort of undeserving of it. And the longer I leave it, the harder it gets. Sometimes I have to force myself to just get out there and talk to people.
Yeah.
Because I love all of you guys a whole bunch, and I want to do better and be better, for people. You know, I want to live up to the person that people sometimes seem to think I am. People, I feel, give me a lot of undue credit, but I want to be deserving of that. I want to help people, and I want to chat with people.
Why do you think it's undue?
Because I don't reply to people. And I feel like a lot of the time I don't know what I'm doing, but people think I do know what I'm doing. And it makes me want to know what I'm doing.
So you can
So I
answer your
can,
questions.
yeah, so I can like help, but a lot of the time I'm just winging it.
That was a revelation for me yesterday, where you said like you just get too scared to reply if it's been a while.
Yeah, I do. I get really frightened. Like I went through yesterday and I replied to a whole build-up of messages I had on Twitter, and they were all really nice messages. They were all like people just asking for advice, or like asking about the Discord, or showing show reels, or just chatting, like just friends that I haven't spoken to in a while, saying, hey, how's everything going?
Yeah.
But I'd left it for a long time. I'd run away because I told myself I was too busy, and giving myself that excuse to not have to do social stuff. And I just felt really ashamed, and I was really scared to have to go and face that, like, that 10 or 8 or 10 messages that I had to, or I felt like I had to reply to.
And you didn't want to start each one with "I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you."
Yeah, because it felt like the only reason I hadn't got back to them was my own fault. Like, I can give excuses, like I'm busy, but you know, I always feel like I could have made time. There's always something you could be doing. Like, if I'm replying to messages, I feel like I should be working. If I'm working, I feel like I should be replying to messages. You know? Doing something always means you can't be doing one of the other things you should be doing.
Yeah. Every choice is a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Discord has been a blessing for us too, Steiny. I don't get out all that much, or speak to people all that much. So doing the streams and being able to talk to you guys, being able to like hang out on Discord, even if I'm just lurking and seeing what people are posting up, it makes me feel like I'm part of something. And like, I really appreciate that.
I was gonna say I lurk a lot more often now than I post.
And that's probably partially my fault as well.
How come?
Well, because I feel like a lot of the projects that you are doing come from me choosing to do lots of projects and asking for help with them.
Maybe.
Yeah. I just can't stop though. Like, I can't stop doing stuff. I love it too much. And I want to be doing it with the person I like the most.
Oh. Yeah, there's been an issue recently where India is really impassioned to work on all these things, and I'm generally apprehensive, so when she comes to me with a new project, my natural apprehension dilutes her enthusiasm. There's been this kind of rift there, and I'm like trying to quell that, but at the same time, it's hard to be enthusiastic about everything if all of the new projects that come on make time management crazier and crazier. So I always pause to think, okay, I've got this on already, and that pause, that moment of hesitation, I think is like, it's not giving you the reaction you need to get the momentum going on things.
Yeah, I'm someone who thrives on enthusiasm and returned enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Like, I love getting excited about stuff with people, And that gives me the motivation to do the stuff. It gives me the passion and drive I need to start working on it. When I get super excited about something and pitch to someone who's either doesn't give me anything back or seems like down on the idea, it very quickly saps my energy.
It's like the difference between someone going like, let's do this, and going, yeah, let's do that, and going, oh yeah, that'd be cool. It's that small. It's not small, but
I think I'm just a very active person naturally, and you're a passive person, and that's valuable, like in its own way, because knowing how much work you have on, not getting fired up about things that you don't have time for, like that's important. It's just that I think because we don't see other people very often,
I'm your only source of it.
Yeah, like I need a return of energy sometimes.
Yeah.
For someone to equal what I'm putting out, so that I have something to bounce off.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie. Oh, you guys are doing it too. Everyone here is facing that wall every day, and everyone here is overcoming it again and again, even though it's hard every single day. It's super inspiring. Like, how can you not do your best when everyone else around you is trying so hard?
I struggle with holding myself back sometimes, where I get scared I'm not gonna live up to the expectations that I maybe have for it, and sometimes it's like self-sabotaging. Like I almost prove my worries right by like holding back, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe you won't live up to it, but you gotta try.
Yeah.
You just gotta try. Like, if you don't try, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, who knows what you could do?
I think that the times where I really thrive are the moments where I don't give myself enough time to double think or like question things. Like, you know, when we have the really short deadlines and there is no choice, there is no option, there is no second guessing, there is no out. It's just like, get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done.
You just go for it.
That's the point where I'm just like fuck, and I think I'd like do more in short bursts like that than when I have time to contemplate. So at the start of a project where it's like, what do you think of this? And there's that moment of time to be like, is the moment where I should just go like, fuck it, and like,
yeah,
be like, yeah, get it done.
Because whenever you do go for it, you rock it. Like, you do such good work.
Like a starship.
Yeah. You know, it's just you hold yourself back so often, and I know you've got it in you. I'm gonna read what Kate said, just so we can keep touch with the chat.
Yeah.
Kate says, I get similar anxiety symptoms with deadlines. When I don't have enough information about a project, I have serious trouble starting it. I feel that same build-up of anxiety, and when I do start, I'm lost. I know communication is key to solving this, but sometimes it's still a big hurdle that feels too high. It's that whole fear-related energy zap. Worst coping skill is I start new projects,
And the cycle repeats.
then get overwhelmed with too much work and not enough info on how to manage it. This means I often save important things to last minute and use anxiety as a tool to finish the job despite the fear. It works as a short-term solution, but it doesn't feel good. I'm sure there's a healthier way. Yeah, I agree. Like, you don't want to rely on that last-minute burst of anxiety and fear to always be your way to get stuff done. Because it feels great afterwards, but it's so stressful, it can't be good for you.
Yeah, like we butt heads in those scenarios where it's like there's no time.
I think sometimes we butt heads in a healthy way though, even though we end up like yelling. I feel like that's almost more constructive to just have a quick argument and get stuff out and decide how to move forward.
I like actively avoid conflict, and you are a fighter. and I think our play fighting kind of reveals aspects of your personality where you're like, if you take the small event of I'm boiling a kettle and I'm waiting for something to happen and I have nothing else to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to fight Mike. Is a really small vertical slice of your personality and approach to life. It's like, I have to wait for something, I need to do something, I need to express myself in some way, I need to feel resistance against something, I'll fight Mike.
Yeah.
And it's fun. But it's telling.
It's fun. It gets me geared up. It gets me moving. Like, it's fun to laugh with you. It keeps my mood and my energy up.
Yeah.
It does feel good to struggle against something and try and overcome something.
You just need a fight.
I just like to be doing stuff. That's all. I like to be overcoming things and challenges. I also want to read what Tibbs is saying.
Yeah, I just caught that as well.
I'm really bad at expressing excitement. I find that oftentimes when I feel happy, I crash soon after and feel really sad. So I hold myself back from expressing happiness. And then people can't tell what I'm thinking and they assume I don't care or I'm not excited. But I just don't know how to express that sometimes.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think that reminded me, like reading it reminded me of our relationship a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't speak to it too much because expressing excitement is never a problem I've had, but
often you're looking for a more active response from me than I give. Like, I can be excited about something calmly, and it doesn't compute with you. I can be like, yeah, and you're like, what do you mean, yeah? I feel like I'm often operating in the same way that I hold myself back, putting my all into something. I can kind of hold myself back from feeling fully emotions associated with things, and that can sometimes come over as I'm using all this language of hesitancy. Fuck it. Sometimes I just don't react on the surface, and it doesn't give India any indication of whether I've heard what she said or whether I've acknowledged it or understood it. And it's not until she probes me further that she gets a response, which makes it a little more jarring to back and forth on stuff. Because it's like saying something and I'm like, but she'll either have not heard it or I've not given enough of an indication. This is all like communication stuff. And then she'll be like, do you understand that? And I'll be like, oh yeah. And then it'll continue, but it keeps it from flowing more naturally, and it makes it trickier. So I think just being openly communicative, honest, and transparent. Like, I'm excited about this. I need to remember that she can't hear my thoughts as much as I can hear them.
Yeah.
I just let her out.
Sorry, Mike, go on.
I'm done.
No, I missed what you said.
I just need to be more open and say, let more out.
I think that the fact that we have two opposite people like that is good, though. I think that's one of the reasons that we work well together. Is that we can take the best parts of each and we check each other. Like, you stop me from getting too excited or making bad decisions about stuff. And
I try.
I throw you into projects where you're forced to like sink or swim.
Yeah.
Where you really like excel. But
it takes a lot of energy from you to do that for me.
It does.
Is the downside and the unhealthy part of that.
I was going to say something back, but I was.
I'm going to read over Despite troubles, it's nice to hear that the humanity behind everyone's similar struggles. I think often I don't talk about this sort of stuff because I want to be a positive influence. I want to live up to the things I hear people say about me, and you know, it's good to be honest. Like, as much as you guys are like, wow, you guys stream every morning, it's so inspiring, I don't know how you do that. I woke up this morning feeling I don't want to stream. I don't want to do anything.
Oh.
And yeah, like I sat here for the like 5 minutes before the stream started, just being like, I don't know how I'm going to build up the energy today. I don't know how I'm going to reciprocate that. Like, those doubts and those fears are real and they're there, and it happens to all of us. And like,
There was the DMs, and you were asking me like, you said I would have thought you talked to me
about something that we'd been DM'd about, like project stuff, and I was still just trying to dig out of my own brain cave. Like, I had registered the things, but I wasn't like, oh, I really want to talk about that right now, because I was still like going through the motions of, oh, in 5 minutes I have to hit going live, I have to set this up, I have to, and just sitting there, the tea really helped. That was nice. There is that, like, things to overcome, and there is that struggle, and it's real, and I don't want to hide it anymore.
You shouldn't have to ever hide it. I think it's really nice. Like you said, you don't often open up, but I think it's really nice to hear, you know, about people who have to deal with anxiety, and knowing that you're not alone, and hearing other people who you might not necessarily suppose would deal with it, talking about it and how they handle it. Like,
yeah,
it's really nice to be able to hear how you feel about stuff.
Genuine stuff.
Like, I appreciate it. Appreciate you talking about it. Let's see, I'm going to read some of what Steiny's saying. I remember over a year ago now, I was given a choice one day. I could either take a chance on a secondary medication in a desperate attempt to heal myself, or I was going for surgery. Quite frankly, I had no idea how to deal with this situation, but I was told something that day that held me together through one hell of an experience. You're the only one that can help yourself. It all starts in your mind, the way you deal with the situation, how you take it, attitude. Whilst cliche, is everything. Not saying it's easy, far from it, but all I'm saying is don't believe you can't help yourself. You may just need some help. I could probably explain that better, describe it in a more complete way. I don't know, I'm tired. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it comes down to you can't help someone who's not willing to help themselves.
Yeah, in fact, it's the cake freedom debate all over again. Just like you can't decide freedom for someone,
Yeah.
you can't force someone, like, to be better at either something, or at expressing themselves, or at, you know, you can't heal someone. You can try and help them, but in the end, the decision of whether they are going to take the step or not is on them.
Yeah.
There's just no way to, like, push someone forward if they don't want to move.
And if you encounter a personality type that provides resistance when they're pressured, it doubles down. Like, they might have been willing to do the thing of their own accord, but when they're pressured or forced into doing something, it's almost like tipping the scales even further. I find I get defensive, and as soon as I start to get defensive, I get more aggressive, but it's passive aggressive, and it just makes everything more difficult. And I don't even mean it. I don't even like intentionally spark that. I think I'm too far down in the trenches of that established behavior to realize when it's kicking in, and then it's afterwards I'm like, that wasn't healthy. That wasn't a healthy response. It happens when I get too attached to an what was the other example? To attach to an idea, or oh no, it just went out of my head.
Criticism?
Yeah, receive criticism. I'm still struggling with that.
I think that's super identifiable then, right? Like I think
Yeah.
a lot of people feel the same.
It's like, how do you invest in an idea and then not be able to take a step? Like, how do you care so much about an idea and then have the potential of it, like someone being like, oh, I think we should go in this direction, which is so super valid, but it's like you have to like uninvest and reinvest.
Yeah.
And that I still find that tricky.
To be honest, I think one of the, like, to go off topic a second, just to be like, things I find useful about that specific thing is, I think that often happens with people who only make one idea, that they get super attached to it.
Yeah.
I think if you make multiple ideas, you realise you can let go of it a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's like the example of the many pots, one pot thing. You can apply it here as well, where if you're not graded on quality but graded on quantity, like throw as many ideas as you can at something rather than trying to find one that is really good.
And if you still have that idea that you came up with first that you think is really good, you can still keep that as an idea.
You can still go with it. Yeah, like the brainstorming process doesn't invalidate the first idea.
It
just
there.
has something to measure all the other ideas against.
Yeah, but I think the very act of you coming up with other ideas means that you start to see the light in the other ones, you start to see what's good about those, and it gives you perspective on the first idea.
Yeah.
Because it might end up being the one you go back to. But it's always just good to have a bit of exploration in it. I think people who tend to get attached to ideas tend to only do one idea.
Or then just get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's getting real.
Tips finish the pouring water.
Woot!
Way! Productive stream. A space said is about to head to bed. But he wanted to say that he really liked the figure drawing session the other day.
Cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, Space said if you want to schedule some stuff like that, that would be really cool. That sounds great. And Katie says, hearing that it's taking hard to stream and build the motivation is really helpful to hear. Because from afar it looks so easy. And you're like, why isn't it easy for me too? It's not easy, because it's hard. And it's worth working for, because look at the results and the people it reaches. See, like?
Yeah.
Awesome. From you just sharing that you had a struggle. Oh.
I feel better for it.
Yeah. And Noah says that he appreciates us doing the stream and the determination it takes to run the group. Which is more Mike than me.
The group self-manages itself. They're a good bunch.
The thing is that even if we don't feel like doing it in the mornings, talking to you guys always makes us feel better.
Yeah.
There's never been a time when I've started streaming and you guys haven't, like, brightened up my day. And so I just know, it's like when you don't want to take that first step on a project, but you know you'll feel better for doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard when you're in bed to want to get up and do it. But I know that as soon as I sit down in this chair and I get to chat with you guys, it brightens up my day so much. Like, it really makes my mornings feel
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great way to start a day. So, we couldn't do it without you. If it was just us and there was no one around, it would be really hard to do.
But we'd still do it.
Because you give us as much of a sense of belonging as Discord seems to give people.
Yeah.
You know?
We were talking the other day, and I was talking about our time slot that we've chosen is it's not the best in terms of the amount of people that would be watching streams. But India said it works for us. It provides us something to do in the morning, and it's a good structure for us.
Yeah, I don't think it's any underestimation to say that I rely on the stream, and I need the stream.
I've lost sight of that. I'm like, I got this apprehension about like, just in general, like stuff.
I think you sometimes get caught up in things like building audience.
Yeah, I'm mindful of it.
Yeah.
And I don't obsess over it, but it's on my mind more than it's on India's mind. She just wants to make cool shit, and she pulls me back into that mentality when I stumble out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really, really thankful for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up my mornings hanging out with friends and chatting for anything.
Yeah.
Like, doing this gets me into the chair in the morning where I need to be to do work.
All the successful streamers that Space Dad has talked to flat out say that if they don't enjoy streaming, don't do it because it will be painful and stressful rather than rewarding.
Yeah, if I didn't enjoy doing this, I guess if I didn't enjoy doing it, I would be doing it. You know? You gotta do what you love.
I think it's really helped me be able to talk more in like public situations.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're such a friendly bear.
I'm a good listener.
Here you are. You're a good talker too. I think you're funnier than you think you are.
I made India laugh yesterday by saying I wasn't funny.
I was talking about how I'd love to do like some comedy lessons or something, and Mike was like, I'd like to take comedy lessons too. I'm not funny. It's just the way he said it was so funny. I was like, you are! Because look.
I say things that are awkward. It's different from being like genuinely funny.
But you can lean into that. That's its own brand of comedy.
Awkward bear tells jokes. I can't. That's the thing. I can't tell jokes.
That's not all comedy is, though.
I know. But that was growing up. That was what I always like. I would try and tell a joke, and they'd be like, "Okay."
Dan Harmon can't tell jokes.
But he's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's interesting in that the way he tells jokes is funnier than the joke itself.
His delivery is pretty good. You'd think he'd be better at telling jokes, though.
But he thinks that his delivery is bad. But his delivery is what everyone is laughing at.
Anything that is a job is... I'm just seeing what Noah's saying. Anything that is a job is instantly less fun. More is writing on it. You have to take the whimsy and magic out of it.
That's true. I don't think it becomes less fun. I just think there's way more pressure attached all of a sudden. There are stakes.
Yeah.
And that brings with it more anxiety because suddenly there are people to let down.
As soon as there are stakes, there are mistakes.
No. But that's why I think it's really important that people have their own personal projects and kind of light, fun things that they do outside of work that have less pressure attached.
Yeah.
I think that anxiety and depression can easily set in when you have nothing but obligations on your plate. Be careful not to put yourself into a situation where you don't feel like you have time for anything that you truly enjoy doing. Take some time out to write music or do something creative that doesn't have that pressure attached to it, just like Danny doing comedy. I think people need that. I know that I do. And that's why I'm saying it, is because like I've been in bad places when I've had nothing but work projects on and no time for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how much stress it alleviates to just have enough time to do a fun picture in a day because we fancy drawing this or that.
That's why I'm doing a portrait right now.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't related to any work project. I'm using the streams now more as a something that I wouldn't otherwise be doing.
Yeah, it's super important. Anywho, we should head off, Steve.
Oh no.
I know,
Yeah, I know.
but we got to start the day.
Oop.
I got to reply to some messages and then get going on the project. But this has been a particularly cool stream.
I think so.
Thank you guys for letting us get some of our anxieties out too. And thanks for sharing so openly with us. Making us feel like we're not so alone. Just being awesome friends.
It's been really nice.
It's been really fun to talk about goofy stuff and to talk about more real stuff. I know it's hard, guys, but I think together we can do it and we can keep supporting one another. Right, we really love you guys and we believe in all of you.
Aww.
It means a lot you being here and brightening up our mornings every morning. And we hope that your day continues to be awesome and bright and full of productivity.
We really wouldn't be the same without you.
And if it's not full of productivity, don't beat yourself up.
Have an ice cream.
Have an ice cream instead.
Give me a biscuit. Okay.
Oh, I feel ready to dive into the day.
Me too.
Elaine! No!
No noodles!
That's okay, Elaine. Many, many hugs. Thank you for the goodbye apple. That's okay, Noah. We all tired. Yeah, Hardwick's off washing his dog.
This sounds like a euphemism, but it's true.
It's true.
Yeah, take care everyone, and I should bring up the streaming software so I can hit the button.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Really appreciate you.
We'll be anxiously back tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then like, see you losers. Smell you later.
Bring this back in. There we go.
Alright, see you guys.
See you guys.
Much love.
And admiration.
And may the rest of your day
Be filled
with
adventure.
adventure!
Bye bye now.